Vi nekter egentlig å kommentere sånne detaljer, men vi kan bare si at vi ikke vanlige folk, vi dyrker døden, og vi lar oss ikke skremme av et lik.
That's when they say positive thinking. People sit at home and have problems and think about their problems that they go away from themselves. That's what they call positive thinking. But that's when everybody says positive thinking doesn't work, because this isn't positive thinking. Your thoughts always are about the problems and not about the solutions. So that's what it's normally called positive thinking.
Somehow next month the rent will get paid. I don't have a job and I'm watching television all day, but it will all solve it by itself, yeah, you know? But that's not the way you should use your mind.
One thinks the answer to the problem is a pot of gold, but that path it travels is a deep, dark dirt hole, and that pain in its heart is a product of the knot tied in the string that makes the mannequin dance beyond its own control. Yet temptation is a warm, wet fix for the cold, dry, dead environment so many be living in. But when worship of idols supersede love of humanity, God will necessarily eat his own family. If you've got the power to think, you've got the strength to endure. The road to freedom has long been painted on the floor in a shade of light that can be seen by any eye that has learned to see above and beyond the original lie. Your experience is stored in the back of the mind, with things deemed long forgotten are really just set aside. Indeed, the day will come when lifetime is reviewed. It is then you will remember the word sincerity.
Time
by a swarm of confliction, been penciled in but never begun. Potential risks are beyond your control. If nothing's left to say, you've entered a familiar realm. All get in the way, you entered a familiar realm. If they've told you who to be, you've entered a familiar realm. Fortune isn't fame, you've entered a familiar realm.
Look at the top of the spinal cord. Lizard, there's a prompt. It's called brainstem. Our brainstem is programmed in the same way as a lizard's, is to avoid fear.
So you say you have acquired an affinity for the darker side of all that we've been given, and you need a way to make the world listen to the words you have to say. And you endeavor so hard, but you keep on failing till you become addicted to the feeling of failure, and you can't slow down, for it's far too uncomfortable to stray too far from practical reality. So you say you have acquired an affinity for the darker side of all that we've been given, and you need a way to make the world listen to the words you have to say. And you endeavor so hard, but you keep on failing till you become addicted to the feeling of failure, and you can't slow down, for it's far too uncomfortable to stray too far from practical reality.
Inhibit judgment, Holy One, let him do what he will. To he his way is just as true as your way is to you. No king of world nor self is he who has not tamed the beast that lures one to upset the crowd through unfounded belief. Respect for that which lies beyond one's current comprehension is that which will unlock the door to wisdom and affection. Inhibit judgment, Holy One, let him do what he will. To he your way is as untrue as his way is to you. 1, 2, 3, 4, fam, all shot off.
So you say you have acquired an affinity for the darker side of all that we've been given, but you need a way to make the world listen to the words you have to say. And you endeavor so hard, but you keep on failing till you become addicted to the feeling of failure, and you need a way to make the world listen to the words you have to say. Why don't you listen to yourself?
On your last album you talk a lot about something like collective ignorance, but I haven't found any positive message, so what to do with that? What to do with collective ignorance?
Collective ignorance, not a lot you can do with it. You just, I mean, if I would pretend that that's not how America is, because I'm talking about America mostly, but it's all around the world, it's rampant ignorance. But for me to pretend that that's not something that is one of the biggest problems in the world is for me to be ignorant.
stiff as death round a slick shiny tool as he cuts up the young lamb live as it cries out to God. Why, oh why give a thumb to a slob? These sick, awful, sad miscreations of math. How can we without word turn this mess into tact? To instruct that without love, virtue and poise to correctly employ the endowment of choice. It can read it on your heart, it can read it in your eyes, it can hear it in your voice, it can hear it in your lies. You tell to keep yourself as complacent as you can, so wholly uninformed of the consequences of every vile act orchestrated by the hand in a structure founded on a circular plan, so configured to prevent the malicious to ascend a location higher than oblivion. How amoebic man stabs Grace in the back as she falls to her knees to obey his command, to play dumb and to please, to be struck, bound and teased, to conclude sick, infected, impaired and diseased. The lows we've achieved for some comic relief from this prank played by wolves slyly dressed up as sheep, veiled in hypnotic cloth keenly tailored to protect an impish facade from common regard. It can hear it in your voice, it can hear it in your lies. You tell to keep yourself as complacent as you can, so wholly uninformed of the consequences of every vile act orchestrated by the hand in a structure founded on a circular plan, so configured to prevent the malicious to ascend a location higher than oblivion.
Do not believe that glyphosate is causing increases in cancer. You can drink a whole quart of it and it won't hurt you. If you want to drink some, we have some here. I'd be happy to, actually. Not really, but
not really?
I know it wouldn't hurt you.
If you say so, I have some glyphosate.
No, I'm not stupid.
Oh, okay, so you
no, but I know people try to commit suicide with it. They fairly regularly.
Double true.
It's not dangerous to us. No, it's not.
So are you ready to drink a glass of glyphosate?
I'm not an idiot.
It can read it on your heart, it can read it in your eyes, it can hear it in your voice, it can hear it in your lies. You tell to keep yourself as complacent as you can, so wholly uninformed of the consequences of every vile act orchestrated by the hand in a structure founded on a circular plan, so configured to prevent the malicious to ascend a location higher than oblivion. Configured to prevent the malicious to ascend a location higher than oblivion. Yeah.
As I looked at it, instantly I was aware of its complete nature. It was eternal, it was without any matter, it was void, and it was forever non-negotiable, cut off from the source of all life.
You've been waiting a lifetime for things to be more like you'd like them to be. If you wait too long to find your balance, you will lose it all. You've been waiting a lifetime for things to be more like you'd like them to be. But the truth is, my darling, the way of the world is no more than the way that we see it. When your eyes aren't your eyes, life is not your life. There's no time to take back your life, your lifetime. If you wait too long to find your balance, you will lose it all. If you take too long to find your way back home, we will all soon fall. Everything outside find your balance, you will lose it all. If you take too long to find your way back home, we will all soon fall. Voice in my head says I'm better off dead. But if I sing along a little louder to a happy song, I'll be alright. You want to give up, give it all that you've got, and it still doesn't cut. But if you sing along a little louder to a happy song, you'll be just fine. Every now and again we get that feeling, and the great big void inside us opens up. And I really wish that you could help. My head is like a carousel, going round in circles, going round in circles.
Tell me in a sentence who you are.
Nobody. We are possessed, broken in the head, alone and depressed. But if we sing along a little louder to a happy song, we'll be alright. Every now and again we get that feeling, and the great big void inside us opens up. And I really wish that you could help. My head is like a carousel, I'm going round in circles, I'm going round in circles. Don't wake us up, we'd rather just keep dreaming, cause the nightmares in our heads are bad enough. And I really wish that you could help. My head is like a carousel, I'm going round in circles, I'm going round in circles.
There is inside of you, in the right hemisphere of your brain, that thing which you've known to call God, and it is waiting for you to open those temple doors so that sun can come out on the eastern side and bring springtime and color to your life. It's all there waiting for you to activate it, just as you throw a switch and turn on a light. But you've been told and conditioned by the system, don't do that. Have you ever found it strange? Don't go near that which is within yourself, because you know who's inside there? In that right side? She is. Sophia, wisdom, knowledge, the feminine principle of God, which is the Spirit. And I'll tell you something. Religions which have been degrading women are the same that degrade the Spirit.
Once upon a time there was a man with a heart of gold, until he learned that gold could be sold for a healthy profit. In the city where the people paint their skin with all kinds of depictions of death and lust for those lonely things in life that turn our children into corpses.
So let's talk about Hooke's law. Hooke's law has to do with springs. All right, well, what's the deal with springs? Well, springs have a restorative force. So that means that if I pull on them, they try to pull back. They want to be a certain length. It's called their relaxed length. So if you pull on them, they're going to pull back, and that's because they're springy. So Hooke's law says that that force is proportional to how much I stretched the spring.
Called him the Sunshine Boy? We did when he was little, yeah. He was such a happy, precocious, brilliant little child.
She seems to be trapped in a contradiction. The son she once had, the murderer he became.
It's not about the product, it's about the pain it can eliminate. I've been at the Vistage event at Newmarket Racecourse today, where the subject was neuromarketing, and I found it truly fascinating. I'm going to leave here today pretty well inspired. Key changes I'm going to make when I get back to the business are having a look at how simple we can make things and really getting to grips with understanding what my customers' pain is.
Bernays is almost completely unknown today, but his influence on the 20th century was nearly as great as his uncle's. Because Bernays was the first person to take Freud's ideas about human beings and use them to manipulate the masses.
And sorcery equals magic, or sorcery versus magic is my particular way of categorizing, the world's problems. I've always seen it that way. Of course, when I mean sorcery, I mean a perversion of magic, a perversion of natural operations of the universe. But, we have to also connect it with what I've said so many times before, is that if there is such a thing, a sorcery in the world, we have to sort of understand, not that it exists, but how did it come into existence? Why is it there?
You must be thirsty, aren't you?
Well, I'd like
something cold. Very cold. Drink up, my boy.
Well,
Come, drink. Right. Feel anything?
No.
Good.
Isn't the hardest part about growing older the caving in of the maybe one days, and the sight of the child we used to be walking one step further away down memory lane with a bag of seeds of possibilities we forgot to sow while occupied by temporary things. Don't fret, my love, the meaning of life is the meaning of life, and everything will turn out fine the day the right idea consumes the mind. and everything will turn out fine the day the right idea. Don't fret, my love. The meaning of death is the meaning of life, and everything will turn out fine the day the right idea. Isn't the hardest part about growing older the caving in of the maybe one days, and the sight of the child we used to be walking one step further away?
What's your message? What are you trying to get across in the lyrics to these songs?
It's always about being yourself and not being ashamed of being different or thinking different. I try and take everyone's ideals, common morals, flip them around, make people look at them differently, question them, so that you're not always taking things for granted.
All right, noble.
Fine line between what glitters like gold and what may annihilate an innocent soul. And ain't it all so cold and grey alone? You try to keep an evil mind busy, but them bright lights got a death grip on the end. Ain't it all so cold and grey alone? What you gonna do? What you gonna say? When everything falls apart, you'll be left lying there. You'll be left lying uneasy. What you gonna do? What you gonna say? When time ain't on your side. Ooh, oh, oh. What is true and what is told, and all that may liberate a kidnapped soul. And ain't it all so bright and alive with you? Until you are what you know you ought to be, happiness ain't ever gonna head your way. Ain't it all so cold and grey alone? What you gonna do? What you gonna say? When everything falls apart, you'll be left lying there. You'll be left lying uneasy. What you gonna do? What you gonna say? When time ain't on your side. Ooh, oh, oh. Child inside ain't living sure a lot like life together. What you gonna do? What you gonna say? When everything comes together, will you stay lying there? Keep lying uneasy. And what you gonna do? What you gonna gonna say when time is on your side? Ooh, oh, oh. And what you gonna do, what you gonna say when everything comes together? Will you stay lying there? Keep lying uneasy. And what you gonna do, what you gonna say when time is on your side? Ooh, oh, oh, ooh, now know that home is in your arms, and heaven is but wherever I'm free from harm. Ain't it all so bright and alive together?
Hey, Scrowley and his little pals went into that big building.
Yeah, the
What are you doing?
reading.
Well, quit it.
What? Library.
Simplicity. Life should be made as simple as can possibly be, but not simpler than what can be possibly. Complacency. It is no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. Authority without wisdom is an axe without an edge, fitter to bruise a young mind than to polish it. Conformity. One dog barks at something, and millions upon millions bark at the bark. Take me down south to a small town where green grass still grows on the ground, and where the children have not yet lost their imagination. Take me down south to a small town where Mother Nature can be found, and where the children have not yet forgotten fascination. Rationality. That which is rational is that which is real, and that which is real is that which is rationality. Facts, unlike the masses. Intellectuals have a taste for rationality and an interest in the facts. Take me down south to a small town where green grass still grows on the ground, and where the children have not yet lost their imagination. Take me down south to a small town where Mother Nature can be found, and where the children have not yet forgotten fascination.
It seems too bad that the human being, having been given a mind, has been so reluctant to use it intelligently. He would like to use it only to advance his own cause. And he'd like to think of having a life in which he can do as he pleases, can think as little as possible, and will depend upon righteous, genuine, enlightened, and virtuous leaders to do all his thinking for him.
Sorcery. Now known as advertising, marketing, dark suggestion, and or underground animal psychology. Elvis, Aaron Presley, still living large under a palm tree in New Mexico, somewhere between towels and Albuquerque. Insanity. It is no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. Take me down south to a small town where green grass still grows on the ground and where the children have not yet lost their imagination. Take me down south to a small town where Mother Nature can be found and where the children have not yet forgotten fascination. Take me down south to a small town where green grass still grows on the ground and where the children have not yet lost their imagination, yet forgotten fascination, yet lost touch with the entire point of being conscious and alive. Be made realized by writer and road word, although what may yet be common will be first ever absurd. No act is but as godlike as intentional attention, if all truth is stiff and solid by no more than mass consensus, when attention is the shaker and the shaken is the moved, and movers are the living and the living are the proved. All breathers will be fastened as the mountains to the earth, till dream and inner shudder lead to upper and rebirth. When fear be given precedence to love and reason thought, all that which could have risen will be left to crawl or drop forever and ever.
I would say at first, what I have I can lose. In other words, if my sense of identity is based on what I have, on my possessions, if I can say I am what I have, then the question arises, what am I if I lose what I have?
Your home is where you're happy. It's not where you're not free. Your home is where you can be what you are, 'cause you were just born to be. Now they will show you their castles and diamonds for all to see, but they will never show you their peace of mind, 'cause they don't know how to be free. So burn all your bridges and leave your old life behind. You can't do what you want to do, 'cause you're strong in your mind. Now anywhere you might wander, you can make that your home, just as long as you've got love in your heart. You'll never be alone. No, just as long as you've got love in your heart. You'll never be alone. No, 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 no. You'll never be alone. No, 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 no.
So who are these people who manipulate our oxytocin systems?
we found, testing thousands of individuals, that 5% of the population don't release oxytocin on stimulus. So there's a technical word for these people in my lab. We call them bastards. These are not people you want to have a beer with. They have many of the attributes of psychopaths. Okay? Now, there are other ways the system can be inhibited. One is through improper nurturing. Okay? You need enough nurturing for the system to develop properly. Also, high stress inhibits oxytocin. So we all know this. When we're really stressed out, we're not acting our best. There's another way oxytocin is inhibited, which is interesting, through the action of testosterone.
Lost and lonely, loveless lover, hiding yourself deep beneath the covers. Mark my words, everything you say will come back to you one day.
No one can say that all these things were put together for no purpose, by no power, and that all things are one accident. All accidents lead to trouble. All intent solve troubles. And at the present moment, we are living too much by accident to solve our problems. We must live by intent.
If you really stop and think, fill the head with tiny talk, follow suit as hands in clocks, never dream of looking inward for the combo to the lock. When everything is systematic, it is all automatic for the one who is aware of the code beneath the smoke and mirror plot to keep us but dead dots atop the map that may lead the genius from the bottom of the earth up to the top. respect ourselves.
If I can get the message out to a few people, then I'm satisfied. Just a few people who can get the message.
There have always been some who realized the facts, but they were few in number in comparison to the body of humanity. And those who had the facts and tried to preach them and teach them were often heavily penalized. The individual who is ambition-ridden, who is wealth-dominated and obsessed, will turn against anyone or any system which threatens his superiority or security.
Because she got them eyes and she got them lips, she got that style and she got them hips, she got that soul full of holes and rips, but keep that loving inside them fingertips. I have never felt sunlight shine as brightly as when I am beside her. I have never felt love like this in my life. No, no, it's why I'll keep singing now. I'm pretty fond of Ronda, I'm pretty fond of her, I'll sing it loud. I'm pretty fond of Ronda, think I'm in love with the girl, because she got that strength and she got that mind. She tell that truth and she sell no lie. She got that past full of screams and cries, but turn that pain into paradise. I have never felt sunlight shine as brightly as when I am beside her. I have never felt love like this in my life. No, no, it's why I'll keep singing now. I'm pretty fond of Ronda, I'm pretty fond of her, I'll sing it loud. I'm pretty fond of Ronda, think I'm in love with the girl I love now. I'm pretty fond of Ronda, I'm pretty fond of her, I'll sing it loud. I'm pretty fond of Ronda, think I'm in love with the girl. She got them eyes and she got them lips, she got that style and she got them hips, she got that soul full of holes and rips, but keep that loving inside them fingertips. I have never felt sunlight shine as brightly as when I am beside her. I have never felt love like this in my life. No, no, that's why I'll keep singing now. I'm pretty fond of Ronda, I'm pretty fond of her, I'll sing it loud. I'm pretty fond of Ronda, think I'm in love with the girl I love now. I'm pretty fond of Ronda, I'm pretty fond of her, I'll sing it loud. I'm pretty fond of Ronda, think I'm in love with the girl I love now. I'm pretty fond of Ronda, I'm pretty fond of her, I'll sing it loud. I'm pretty fond of Ronda, think I have never seen the moonlight shine as brightly as when I am lying next to you. Darling, I will prove myself to you, and I have never seen the illusion of time as clearly as when I am right here next to you. Darling, I will give my heart to you, and with every day I'll take a step further into you. Life mean more than right when I am lying next to you. Darling, I will prove myself to you, and I have never felt the point of it all pierce as deep as when I am right here next to you. Darling, I will give my soul to you, and with every day I'll take a step further into you. For ain't the hardest part of living all alone never learning how to love someone at all? And ain't the hardest part of dying all alone your life at all? Part of living all alone, never learning how to love someone at all. And ain't the hardest part of dying all alone, never learning how to live your life at all. Hardest part of living all alone, never learning how to love yourself at all. It ain't the hardest part of walking backward, never learning how to live your life at all. Part of living all alone, never learning how to love yourself at all. And ain't the hardest part of keeping a secret, never learning how to live your life at all. The sunlight shine as when we rise and when we fall as one from two. That's when I know death isn't true. Ain't living in the valley of the shadow of despair, getting kind of tough to bear. And ain't a kingdom built on witchcraft and depression, slightly less than ethical. You ask us, when did we go wrong? We say the day you sold your smile just to fit in with those who appear to know the truth, but in the end just repeated what they heard to lead you to confirm their point of view, to ease the pain of being afraid of sex and death and all those things we'll keep hush hush till it's too late. Good grief. Good grief. Did you know that if you take the time to close those eyes and think about all that you have hidden deep inside your mind, you may discover that the truth is simply underneath the covers of the lies that keep you safe from dealing with the I knows, the oh wells and whatevers that keep chewing on your heart just like a hound upon a shoe, until you gather up the nerve to kill what keeps on separating you from your true love. You will be blue. And did you know that an angel is a thought that will lead to equilibrium of mind and body and soul? And that a devil is a thought that will turn a little girl into a slave on a slip-knot leash. Do you get it yet? Who could save you from yourself but yourself? Who could save you from yourself but yourself? Who could save you from yourself but yourself? Who could save you from yourself? Who could save you from yourself but yourself? Who could save you from yourself but yourself? Who could save you? Good grief. Paint a picture of the sky with the head held high, a depiction of the bottom of the sea with a broken heart, with an open eye, the image of a tall, tall tree, an etching of the earth with the lights of song of a childhood, giggle with the sun on the mind, the ballad of the widow with the blindfold tied, with an open eye, the anthem of a funny fox, a death dirge with a soul in a box. And so the point of the plot, a spot at the top, cannot be bought from a shop. When one is brought into the world by a child without a sense of how to run itself, it really don't take too long a time to find a life on the path to death. For living ain't life when a day is a night, and love ain't but a fantasy. It's a hard knock time with the news tied tightly around your dreams. And again, the point of the plot, a spot at the top, cannot be bought from a shop. And so the point of the plot, a spot at the top, is not anything more than a thought.
Somebody dies, we go to the funeral, don't we? Do you ever go to that? You go in, everybody's in the room. They make the funeral parlors look like living rooms now. Very nice. And you go and you look at a box. Oh, he really looks good. Yeah. I've never seen him looking quite so good. Here's a guy laying there with newspaper in his cheeks. Got half a suit on. Did you know they only have half a suit on? I just put the suit on the top part. Boy, that's neat. Really cute. And he's in a box that costs $6,000. Do you know what you could do with $6,000? This guy's a dead body in a box of $6,000 with half a suit on, a newspaper in his mouth. But we've got it. They're all lined up in the cars. Everybody get in line. We can go through red lights and everything now, John. Oh, this is great. Here I come. Hey, I got my lights on. Policeman stand there. Great, isn't it? That's our tradition.
I've been waiting on a time like now to take a step further outside of myself and discover another, that rare breed with the heart of gold. Maybe if I get moving I will find her, for I'm gray and old. It seems I've been standing in a long, long line of those who will be waiting till the end of time to find a life worth enough to be worth the while. But now I know the right melody can bring the dead back to life. You've been waiting on a time like now to take a step further outside of yourself, to find another kind of you that ain't so dead and cold. Maybe if you get moving you will find it, for you're gray and old. And you've been standing in a long, long line of those who may be waiting till the end of time to find a life worth enough to be worth the while. Did you know the right melody can bring the dead back? No, the right melody can bring the dead back. No, the right melody can bring the dead back to life. I've been waiting on a time like now to take a step further outside of myself, to discover another, that rare breed with the heart of gold. Maybe if I get living I will find her, for I'm gray and old. You've been waiting on a time like now to take a step further outside of yourself, to discover another, that rare breed with the heart of gold. If you get living you will find it, for you're gray and old. You've been standing in a long, long line of those who will be waiting till the end of time to find a life worth enough to be worth the while. Oh, oh. Did you know the right melody can bring the dead back? No, the right melody can bring the dead back. No, the right melody can bring the dead back to life.
Turn the circle backwards. Here we go up 4 from 0 to 4, and then up 3, and then up 5. 4, 3, 5 going clockwise. Here we go down 4, down 3, and down 5, and we do not change the distance between the respective notes. And what does that give us? The change from
So it's about celebrating like the negative aspects of our lives and negative emotions, and you can't really ignore stuff like that. It just gets worse and worse and bigger. So the whole album's just about kind of like trying to see the bright side of like the dark side sort of thing. It's got to get dark before it gets light. It's got to get to its sort of worst, and to the point of almost no return, to actually make you go, right, I want to fight for this.
P.S. The combination is C43H66 and 12012S2.